Hello YouTube, Sprite lovers here, Megan and Nathan, showing off our pickups for April. And the old saying goes, April showers bring May flowers. Well, in our case, April showers don't bring flowers, they bring games! Woo! So stay tuned, see all the beautiful, voluptuous pickups that we got.
Oh, God, so good. Oh. Better smelling the flowers.
Yeah, flowers are overrated. Okay, so with April upon us now, garage sales are going to start to happen. People are going to start selling their stuff. I have already gotten lucky in those adventures, I guess you could say, hitting up some of the Facebook groups, asking if anyone's getting rid of anything, not for the purpose of reselling, but just for, you know, finding stuff that we don't have. Already found some great stuff, have made some connections that hopefully will lead to some awesome finds, but we'll see. Off the bat, starting with Muppet Monster Adventure. Actually, this and the Simpsons game I got from the same individual I met on a Facebook group. She was really sweet to sell me these for exceptionally cheap. You know, compared to what they're,
oh yeah, we got a great deal,
you know, worth a great deal, in fairly decent condition. Now this game I never had heard of, to be quite honest, and she had this and like Jak and Daxter for sale. Well, we already have Jak and Daxter and I don't really need another one, but I saw this and I was like, ooh, so we looked into it a little bit, and it kind of, well, once we got it, you actually played some of it, and it plays kind of like a Spyro, mixed with like, I don't know, mainly it's kind of like a Spyro. As far as like collectibles, how the level designs are set up, how, I don't know, it's probably what it's most compared to.
Yeah, to me, when I played it, I felt it reminded me of Spyro, but mixed with Cameo for the Xbox 360, because you get morph abilities that let you do new moves, and that reminded me of the different abilities you can change it, or forms you can change into in Cameo. Yeah. But the abilities reminded me more of like moves you'd learn in like a Banjo-Kazooie or something. So it just blew me away how good of a game it is.
Also, it uses like the original Muppets like voice actors. From what it sounds like, it doesn't sound like
the Jim Henson Studios, I know, rest in peace Jim Henson, but his son, you could tell, is the voice of Kermit from all the post-death, or post-his-death Muppet things, so, and everybody else seemed to have their voice so far.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Really cool. I wasn't expecting that, so this is a great find. Really happy to have this in the collection. The other game, the Simpsons game, this was a game, the box is unfortunately a little chewed up, but we'll replace that. This game, I remember we tried the demo of it a few years back, and we never picked it up for whatever reason. Well, now it's like becoming a little more obscure.
Yeah, it's just under $30 at GameStop. You know, it's ridiculous.
So we got this to add to the collection. Now, I didn't play much of this. I know you played quite a bit.
In my opinion, it's probably the best Simpsons game that has come out. I know I didn't play much of Simpsons Hit and Run, which looked really cool. It was like a GTA type Simpsons, but you know, the arcade one's classic. A classic beat 'em up, but this one I think is probably the best of capturing the feel of the show, the look of the show. The cell shaded graphics are some of the best cell shading I remember, and I actually checked it out again more recently when we got it, and it held up just to how I remembered. And it's, you know, it's a simple action adventure game, kind of got some platforming elements, but really fun, and the humor is great, and it lampoons a bunch of other video game franchises in it through the levels. So
look at little Maggie.
And it's got a little Maggie.
Little baby Maggie.
And she's got like a wizard hat. Yeah.
So cute.
So really cool. Glad to get both these. Megan was able to bundle them, even though she didn't want the Jak and Daxter. She's like, well, can you bundle these two for this price? And got them for really cheap. So
seriously, look at that Frank and Kermit. Like, how can you not appreciate that?
Frank and Kermit.
what do you have?
Well, I have some. They're not technically gifts because I had to pay back my friend for them, but our buddy Chris Lake, who is Nintendork on YouTube, and you've probably seen him in some of our videos, and if you watch Oleg, Mr. Fantastic's channel, he's been in a lot of videos too.
Who watches his channel? Oleg, you know,
watch that crap. But anyway, he knows that we love Atlas games, and he messaged me in our little group chat we had and was like, Nate, there's some Atlas games here. And he actually happened to be at an FYE, which if you remember, we got Fritz Chess at an FYE in March. So in April, I think it was actually late March that he got these, but April by the time we got them, he got 2 Atlas games. And one of them is a cool one that I've looked for, and I've seen it Forgotten Freshness in Albany or Mechanicville a couple times. And the other one is one I've wanted for a while. So the first one is Steel Princess, and it was brand new, so it's sealed. It's a sealed princess. And yeah, it's a cool looking. It actually is a puzzle game in a way where like each level is like a enclosed area and you have to solve a certain puzzle. I haven't played it yet, but I watched some reviews. It always looked interesting to me, so glad to have that. And then if you recall last year, one of our trips to Albany at Forgotten Freshness, I got Steambot Chronicles for PS2. And that game is a really cool, open kind of adventure game where you're in this steampunk looking city and everything with these robotic machines you ride. They're actually called Tropmobiles is the name of because they're almost like a car bot mix. And this is the PSP sequel, Steambot Chronicles Battle Tournament. And I had found this probably 3 or 4 times disc only at GameStops in their used PSP section that are like super cheap now. And it's only like a $2 game if you could find it there, but I wanted it complete. So when he said he found one, I was like, oh my gosh. So definitely appreciate that, Chris. And haven't checked it out yet, but this is sealed as well. But definitely looking forward to playing it because I thought it was just like an arena-based battle game because of the name. But when I looked up some reviews and gameplay videos, there actually is more adventure stuff like the other one. So I'm like, oh, I'm in. So thanks for those, Chris.
Yeah.
Okay, so our buddy Jason Wells, that we bought some games from in the past, knew that I was looking for some Saturn games, and he also knows that we're into Atlas games. So he messaged me about some he had gotten in, and he sent actually a little care package. I ordered one game, and he threw in an extra and some other goodies. So, Megan, why don't you show what the first game is?
I am just so thrilled to have this game in our collection. And by thrilled, I mean not really. If you can tell from my sarcastic tone, it is an Atlas title though, so gotta have it in the collection. And that's Virtual Highlight for Saturn, Sega Saturn. Now I don't know if any of you are familiar with this game. I don't really even know what the hell the story's about, or if there's a story. But I have to laugh because she's kind of rocking like the look of Jennifer Connelly in Labyrinth there. She's like definitely a blonde Jennifer Connelly right there. But we made the unfortunate mistake of actually trying to play through this, and good God, like,
it's the choppiest game I've ever seen.
It's so choppy. Ever. Like, I don't think I could stare at the screen for more than 5 minutes before I was like, you know what, I'm done. I can't.
But call me a glutton for punishment. There was something enjoyable about it to me,
because
in a way.
It has this aspect kind of like Morrowind or I don't know,
an
Elder Scrolls game, a much more simplified, shittier Elder Scrolls game, pardon my language. But yeah, it had this charm to it. It also...
But it is a bad game.
Yeah, it's also a very bad game. But, you know...
Complete.
It's complete. Has the manual in fairly decent condition. And it's Atlas. So no matter how terrible it is or how much of a migraine it gave me, it's worth it to have it in the collection. So
definitely. And I expressed interest in another game that I saw. I was like, oh, I might be interested in that one in the future. And it took him a while because he was out of town to get the Virtual Highlight sent. So he threw in
Virtual Headache. Virtual
Headache, that's what it should be called. But he actually threw in Battle Arena Toshinden Ura, which stands for Ultimate Revenge Attack. And the case is pretty beat up, but that's easily replaceable. But the game, and the foam that fell out, this one has the foam in it. The game and foam and manual are all in there in really good shape. So, and the artwork's in good shape in the back too. So just get a new case, buy a crappy sports game, and put this in that case, and this will be good to go. So it'll be good to go. Sorry, there's a radio commercial in our area that's got that annoying thing, so it's been stuck in my head all week. But anyway, so we'll be good to go with this game now. But thanks, Jason, for throwing this one in.
Yes,
pretty cool.
You.
Welcome addition. first thing we're going to show was a pickup of sorts, and then Megan's got a gift to show that we got from someone. So the pickup is another Atlas title, and actually we had the game. So this was actually a pickup of a box and manual, and it was shipped to us from Frank at Forgotten Freshness, because we were going to make it out to the store one weekend and visit Oleg and them in Albany, and we didn't make it. So he ended up sending this to me. I bought it off him, and he sent it directly to our house. And that is Ogre Battle 64, Person of Lordly Caliber. And I got this game from a friend in a trade last year. Very beneficial to me trade, because I traded off a game that I feel is a lot more common and inexpensive. But
I need we remind you, Atlas.
Everywhere, Atlas.
Atlas. Oh. I'm pointing out where it says
Wherever
Atlas.
It says there,
Atlas.
at the bottom.
Atlas.
Yeah.
Atlas.
And it's a cool old Atlas logo that's kind of got like a reflection and shininess to it. But yeah, great game. When I got the cart, I really loved it, and now having it complete and in a protective case in really great shape.
These things are so great too. They make like.
Keep your game safe, yeah. So, really cool. So, thanks for that, Frank.
Yeah. Moving on to another gift. Well, this one was given to us free, and this is from our nephew Cameron. Kingsfield for PlayStation 1 in the tall, gorgeous box. In the long box, yes. Now, for any of you who don't know much about this game, I know very little other than it's a kind of a precursor to the Demon Souls games. Let me just show the inside. This little insert kind of falls out. I'm not sure if it came with a manual or not, so maybe it's not fully complete.
But pretty cool.
There's that. Pretty cool to have that. Plus, I think these long boxes just look so cool. Mm-hmm. They're good little show pieces for the PS1 collection. And
what's cool is I did check it out, and we were talking about that virtual highlight earlier and how bad it was.
Yeah.
What's funny is this game also has a very Western RPG ambitious feel, but it pulls it off, and that's what's interesting about it. Is it kind of shows that virtual highlight had a good idea, but this is just as hardcore of an RPG, but yet a million times better, and you can really see the roots of the Souls games,
definitely.
In this game. So, thanks, Cameron. Appreciate it. He got it down on vacation in South Carolina that he went on, so he was nice enough to find some stuff on the way back home. So, thanks, Cam. So as you know, we always go to our local thrift stores and flea markets and all that, and looking for deals. And I think everybody does in their area. And a lot of times, most of the time, we all come up short. But a good buddy of ours, Kevin Fox, he actually wrote me a message, and he was like, "Hey, you won't believe what I just got at the thrifty shop right down the road from you." And I was like, "Oh, what'd you get?" And he said, "Boxed NES games." And I was like, "What?" For $2.50 a pop. I was like, "What?" So he doesn't collect NES, so he made me a really good offer to buy them all, and except for one, I think he kept as like a sentimental thing. He said, but that's okay because it was not as good of a game as some of the other ones here. So he gave us a good deal and actually threw in a couple extras too, which I'll have Megan show after. But the main initial lot was these 5 plus one that Megan has. So I'll start off. I'll just go up the list from the most common to the real quality title of it. So the first one is probably the most common Nintendo game you'll ever see, and that's Silent Service. If you can't tell by the video quality, the boxes are in really good shape, especially for something. I mean, they have the plastic around the game, manuals, inserts. I mean, these are complete.
Pretty close to immaculate, if not immaculate. So.
Definitely. So pretty cool to have that. So that's one. Even though it's a super common game, it's complete. So that's even better. Next one is Star Force. I'll let Vanna White hold him. So you'll notice there's a trend with some of the next ones. They're all old shoot 'em ups. So Star Force is a sci-fi one.
Which we love our shmups.
Yes. This is a cool Taito one that I've seen at the flea market before and always wanted to get. And that's Sky Shark. So pretty cool. Once again, great condition. This looks to be a helicopter, first person helicopter game based off of a TV show, Airwolf. and it even has the old hanging tab, which is cool because you don't see those anymore. That reminds you of when you used to see them in the stores.
Yeah, that's
so
pretty cool.
There's that, and then this is the best one that basically paid for the whole lot and then some, and that is 1943, the sequel to 1942. Great shmup. And I had a lot of fun checking this out once I got it. Once again, in great shape, all the stuff inside. I mean, it's got a little bit of cardboard wear on the corners, but totally not a problem.
Otherwise, pretty awesome. So
yeah, pretty cool to have those. And he also mentioned he found a game in his attic that he had when he was a kid. And
yes,
Meghan and I happened to be looking at it when we were in Albany.
I happened to be looking at it, but thanks to Kevin. He hooked me up, well, us, but really it's for me.
Yeah, after I had mentioned Meghan.
And
Meghan
this was a game
game.
From my childhood that I played. I tried playing it recently, and I really sucked, but I don't know, I guess I was good as a kid. And that's the Jungle Book for NES. The cart is near perfect.
Really good
condition. It's perfect. And I think this was Kevin's cart, actually, that he
he
sold to
when
me.
he was a young
so it's actually really cool to get this, and I think it means so much more too. It's one thing to find something in a thrift store, and yes, it belonged to someone, but when it's from someone you actually know and it's from their childhood, it means a little something more to you. Because, like I said, I know I had this game as a kid growing up, but my parents have moved. Or they moved a while ago and stuff, so that game could be long lost. But it's awesome to have it, and the music's great. The sprite working, it's really awesome. So it really captures the...
Yeah, from what I saw you playing it, I think it's better than what I've seen of the 16-bit Jungle Book games. It seems like this has tighter controls and more fun gameplay, akin to the Disney games that were on NES during that time period that are classics now. So, really cool to have that.
It's a lot of fun.
And then recently, actually today, he hooked us up with one last game for the month.
We used to have this on Xbox, and unfortunately, I don't know if we sold it or we lost it. Anyway, it was a stupid thing that we did, but we're oh so happy to have it back in our collection, and that's Futurama. Only this one's for PlayStation 2. It's the same game as the 360, or no, that one was an Xbox.
It was original Xbox.
Xbox, scratch that. So, plays the same as the Xbox original, just for PS2. So, very happy to have this back in the collection. I love Futurama, so...
Yes, it's one of our favorite shows of all time.
And this is, like...
really good condition,
beautiful condition, near mint, pretty darn close to it. So, very awesome. Thank you again, Kevin. We appreciate the hookups. Yep. We'll definitely have to hang out soon and do some games.
Play some of these games.
And play some of these games.
Cool. Thanks, Kevin. So speaking of thrift stores further, because we were talking about them earlier, I went into a local Salvation Army and found the DK bongos that you might have seen or will see soon, which was kind of cool because it was in the box, and I figured, even though it didn't have the game in it, it had everything else, and the box was a cool display piece. But all of a sudden, I see in the glass case something that caught my eye, and it's not a game per se, but I was like, this is very odd and not something you'd typically see. And I'm guessing it came with a special limited edition version or a pre-order version of this game back in the day. And it is a limited edition Suikoden 5 artwork cell. So it was like $2 at the thrift store, and really cool to have. And I know that is the rarest and most expensive of the PS2 versions of Suikodens. It's not as expensive as the PlayStation version of 2, but it's kind of cool to find this at a thrift store. Very unique item to find. So I was happy to find that.
You find some good stuff in thrift stores. You just gotta be patient.
And persistent. Always check.
Very persistent, yeah.
So.
And when you're not, you regret it because
other people snatch up stuff and you
other
go,
people
no.
find some good stuff and then you get mad. And,
but pretty cool. So check your thrift stores. You never know what you're gonna find.
A friendly PSA from your local Sprite lovers.
We got a couple more figures this month, and these are slightly different. World of Nintendo figures we've been getting. We've mostly been focusing on Zelda-related ones, but then there's a couple other extra ones like the Samus we got last month, and these ones, which are kind of cool. So I'll start off with the Zelda one. It's actually a repackage of the same Link that Meghan got down at the World of Nintendo store, or the Nintendo World store. I think it's funny. The toys are World of Nintendo, and the store is Nintendo World. But anyway, it's the same figure, but it's in a different box, and these are actually Walmart exclusive. And Megan's got 2 more floating
and
up.
I've got 2 more that have joined the party.
So pretty cool.
Tetra and Olimar.
And they actually have Mario, Luigi.
So freaking cute. And Waluigi.
I
And
think maybe
the
Peach.
Star Power Mario.
Limited Star Power Mario. If anybody sees one in your local Walmart, these are in the checkout aisles. If anybody sees one, I will buy one off you.
And we don't want to pay like $50 for one.
Or whatever scalpers
we
will,
just want one for our collection.
Just one.
We'll love it. We'll treat it like one of our own. We'll feed it. We'll kiss it. We'll tuck it in at night. Okay, that's going a bit far.
But yeah, keep an eye out for these.
We'll take good care of it. But yeah, at your little registers,
they're like
said,
$3 or something. They're really cheap. And
that's why it makes me so mad that the like Star Power.
It's going for a lot on eBay. So if anybody has one or can find one in their local Walmart,
you'll be my hero.
Let us know.
Forever.
Reach out to us with a message or whatever. We'd be glad to reach out to you.
Alright, couple more things. This isn't special or rare. This is just something I picked up.
It's probably
the
only
couple
new
weeks.
game we got this month.
Yeah, I had to get this Xenoblade Chronicles for the 3DS. Now, Nate has it for Wii. Well, we have it for Wii. It's just
But
yours.
I've been putting 70 plus hours
But he
into
put
it.
70 plus hours into it, so he's not going to start over. I haven't played any of it, but I've wanted to for a really long time. And lately, with so much going on in my life outside of Sprite Lovers universe, it's much easier for me to play stuff on the go. So my 3DS has kind of become like my best friend in the world. Is that weird to say?
No.
I bring it with me everywhere. Anyway, so I've been playing this. I'm probably about 15 hours in already.
Not bad.
Which isn't bad because I got it like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. I don't know. So I got that. Next thing I found at a flea market. Now, it wasn't like the greatest deal. It's not like I got it for like $5, but considering this game is getting increasingly hard to find, and because it's getting hard to find, it's shooting up in price. And this is a game I kind of wish I had gotten sooner rather than later, but nevertheless, we got it for a really sweet deal and like half of what it goes for.
Yeah, about half the market value, so really,
and
still
that
really good deal.
is Pikmin. I don't know why I can't talk. Pikmin 3 for Wii U.
Wii U for Pikmin 3.
It's very late at night and I'm tired, which has been my excuse for the past like 12 videos. But Pikmin 3 for Wii U in
super colorful
awesome
box
condition.
art too.
Let me just like take a moment. Look at how adorable Olimar is. It's so cute. I can't even. Anyway, glad to have that in the collection. We don't have to worry about it now before it like disappears off the face of the planet.
Yeah, because it's just skyrocketing.
Lastly,
Okay, this is winner chicken dinner right here.
Can I have waffles with my chicken?
You can have chicken and waffles, whatever you want, because this is the find of the month for Megan.
So I have been honing my game chasing skills. Granted, I'm not as like super awesome as you, Scott, who can like walk into a store and like 5 seconds after be like, pull every like rare cheap thing off the shelf. But I'm getting better. So we went to a GameStop, not the one that I work at, and I don't know, I was perusing the 3DS games because again, that's been my jam lately. So looking through the thing looking through the shelves, and then I look and I'm like, okay. And then I grab this. And then I'm like, oh, once I see how much it costs. And
she moseys on over and goes,
I mosey on over to this guy.
Look what they have.
And I'm like, oh, look what they have. Ooh.
Cave Story 3D.
For a fraction of the cost.
Yes.
Like, considering it goes for like $60+ on eBay, with my discount and with how much the pre-owned price was and the power-up rewards and stuff, I spent like $14 on it. $14.99 or something.
Which is really cool.
$15.99, I don't know.
I don't know if anybody knows this, but who's watching, but they GameStop re-released a bunch of cart-onlys out into the wild. Kind of like how they put more Xenoblades out and stuff, but those were boxed. So if you use the search on the app or whatever, it says every store has them, and it's because they have this cart.
Yeah.
So to find it complete, Megan's eagle eye was like, oh, and spotted it.
Yeah.
But this isn't actually complete.
It isn't.
The real game had a little extra.
Which we were lucky enough, a friend of ours also has this game, and he graciously and awesomely sold us the slipcover to it, the lithograph slipcover. So, so now it is complete. And I'm really excited because this is a game I wanted for a while, but you know, it's either go big or go home, and I wanted to get it complete, and I wanted to get it like all together. So, yeah, even with buying the slipcover for my friend, it still ended up being nowhere near as expensive as the cost of it on eBay. So very glad to have this in the collection. And yeah.
Yeah, Nipponichi. It's a Nipponichi software game.
I can't lie.
It might even be the only one NES game on the 3DS. I don't know if there's any others. There's a lot of Atlas games.
I don't know why I laugh when Nipponichi. I don't know why it makes me like giggle.
NIS America.
It makes me so happy. I don't know why.
But really cool. I played the original download version of this game, and this 3D version, from what I played, is a really cool enhancement of it. The music was better, and it really looked awesome. So glad to get it, Megan. You rock. This is such a cool find, and
GameStop too.
And the fact that they flat priced this the same as that little loose cart made it such a value for us to get it, near complete at the store. So
I was pretty proud of myself.
It was awesome. So
last but not least, as far as pickups that I got, this was a gift. My coworkers at GameStop decided to chip in and get me a little gift, just because, due to recent events, in my life, which I talked about in the last video. They totally didn't have to do this, but they did, and it's super awesome. Knowing I'm a huge...
to hold it.
Oh, I know, it's so heavy. Knowing how big of a Zelda fan I am, they all chipped in and got the Twilight Princess Link statue. And it comes in this awesome box, so I don't even have to take it out to show it off.
But it's got really cool art around the whole front and sides. It was put up by Dark Horse Comics.
And I recently saw this in Binghamton at Soundgarden, and I really wanted it, and I'm glad I held off from getting it because it
fell into our lap.
It just fell into our lap, and I didn't have to pay anything for it because it was a gift. So really my nice. GameStop crew, you guys rock for hooking me up with this. It means a lot, and I'm very happy.
Yeah. So, really cool for the Zelda collection, and thanks for thinking of Maggie.
Yes, you guys rock.
Alright, so those were our April pickups. As you can see, it was a pretty big pickup month. That was mostly due to the fact that we canceled our vacation and decided to do a day trip to Albany and see our friend Oleg, and so we spent some of our vacation money on some stuff there. Yeah. Forgotten Freshness was great once again. Thank you, Frank. And in the little recap video I did before our pickup videos, I showed a little footage of that really big Nintendo collection that was like 42 games shy of being complete that we got to pick through and look through and everything.
Beautiful.
So it was a really cool experience, and of course from the other stuff that we didn't talk about but you still saw, we definitely got a lot of really cool things this month. So
yeah, definitely.
Really awesome. But once again, thanks for watching. We're gonna close out just like the last video with an Amiibo update because there was a few more, and preview of the next couple months. We did get lucky with some of the pre-orders for the next wave. We still have a few more to keep an eye out for when they release or when pre-orders come out. But we'll have an update on those as well. So stay tuned for the update, and we will see you next time, guys. Take care. Alright, so our Amiibo update. We didn't get a duplicate Mario like we mentioned in the last video. We still just have the one that came with Mario Party. But we got his brother Luigi, the evil nemesis Bowser, and then Yoshi!
And Peach!
And Peachy.
I like the Peach voice.
So, yeah, we got the rest of the Mario Party line. So, funny how we weren't going to collect them all, and then look who's in our collection now. So
they're kind of addicting.
Yeah, but they're so cool. And
it's better than crack.
It is. Yay. This could be crack, people. We could be smoking these right now and getting into a lot of trouble and putting our bodies in a lot of harm. But instead,
we're weird.
Instead, we got Amiibos.
We collect Amiibos because they're awesome and they make me happy. And it's great having all these little collectible Nintendo figures.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool. So Thanks, guys. We will see you next month.
There's gonna be so many still frames of me like.
Oh my god, it's gonna be so funny. You're like,